What is up, everybody? It's Lance. Welcome to the Darling Waste Christmas special. Jamie and I decided to take a quick break from talking about the Darling Waste songs in order to bring you this special and talk about a couple of the Christmas songs Darling Waste recorded over the years. I just wanted to hop on here really quickly with a couple editor's notes. We record this podcast about a week in advance, so we weren't sure if it would come out or not, but it has come out. So you can hear both of these songs, which is our 2003's Let Me Sleep, It's Christmas Time, and 2008's A Silent Night. Both of them are now released on Spotify under a 2-song EP called Xmas Songs under the Darling Waste name. So you can go check those out and follow along as we talk about them here on the podcast. And the other thing I wanted to say is I had the wrong input on my microphone for the first 10 minutes of the podcast, so my voice is a little tinny and a little thin compared to what it normally is on the podcast. My apologies. I do catch it and switch it at the 10-minute mark, but I encourage you to listen to it. I don't think it's unlistenable or anything. It's just a little off. But just wanted to give you a heads up. The whole podcast won't be like that. That's it for me. Have a great holiday season. Have a great New Year's, and we'll see you soon.
We got some feedback that I had been editing out our how was your week thing, because I thought it was just kind of repetitive, and I actually got feedback that it's like, man, you guys aren't friendly to each other anymore, you just jump right in. And I'm like, no, we actually talk. I just didn't.
We talk like an hour and then we get to the podcast.
Yeah, so I got to leave a little bit of it so people know that we're not just transactional in our podcast.
We're actually no longer speaking other than our contractual obligation to record this podcast.
Well, it just, how many times do you want to hear, I'm good, how was your week? It's fine. How was your week? It's fine. But apparently that's the real shit people are here for. Hey, welcome to the Insignificants, the Insignificants podcast, an oral history of Darling Waste podcast. I don't know where the podcast goes. With the Atticus Ross to my Trent Reznor, Jamie. Hello.
How's it going? I'm Jamie Podcast. It's nice to see you, Lance Podcast. We'll just keep putting it everywhere until we figure out where it goes.
Yeah, we'll just keep dropping the word podcast. So how are you? How was your week?
I'm good. Better this week than last week, although I worked till like 10 o'clock last night, and I'll work till like 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So not ideal, but okay. Well, with Kate, I'll ask her how her day was. She'll say fine, and I'm like, was it actually fine or was it Kate fine? As in, we just don't want to talk about it now. So
I looked up the spelling of her name because I made you guys a Christmas card.
Aww,
so
cute.
I have to get your address and send you guys. I printed them out today, and I'm writing them, and then the kids are going to draw on them, and they're going to send them out. So
wow, I am duly impressed all across the board with you and your family with that.
It's wild. But anyway, so this is the Christmas special or the holiday special, we decided to do this last week, and so I had to make sure the songs. We have 2 Christmas songs that are out. I had to make sure they were online. One of them is on Spotify already. I snuck it onto Spotify on the Filling In and Leaving Out maxi single in 2022. I just popped at the end of it.
Always a good time for a Christmas song.
Snuck it online. The other one is a Pearl Jam cover. So I never bothered to get clearance. It's just been living on YouTube. So I did apply for clearance last week. So we are putting out a Christmas EP called, I think, A Christmas EP. And it has 2 songs on it. But maybe I'll do I fucking hate saying Kanye because he's such a piece of shit now. But maybe I'll do the Kanye thing and just sneak songs onto it as I record more Christmas songs. You have to keep coming back and checking to see if it's still the same album or not.
Ooh, I like that. I think that's.
I really do appreciate about that.
So who did you go through for the licensing?
So it's really cool. Our distributor, who is, I'm not being cagey, I just don't know who they are. DistroKid is, they will just do it for you now. Nice. It's just a free service they offer. I'm sure it's Harry Fox Agency and it's still the usual players. But they have streamlined all of that. But so they're doing it. It's not up at the time of this recording. It's not up yet. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, by the way, I'm going to try to put up all of our podcasts Monday morning from now on.
Wow,
I'm going to try to be an adult. It's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions is to be on a schedule with this podcast and the D&D podcast we're about to start.
You didn't specify which Monday morning.
Right.
No, Monday morning 3 months later.
Yeah. So, yeah, the idea, we record these, if you guys don't know, we record them on Tuesday evening.
Yeah, I mean, what people don't really realize, too, is that we're talking from Tuesday night all the way through until Sunday night, so it doesn't leave you much time for editing.
It's a 17-hour podcast, and we just have to find the best, which is really sad that this is the best 45 minutes every week. They talk for 17 hours. And this is it. Also someone did comment on my editing because of the way sometimes I have to edit it. It just sounds like we're very dismissive of each other because like we'll say something and then we'll just jump to the next topic immediately. Like, fuck your thoughts.
Moving on.
Yeah. But a lot of times that, I think in normal conversation, but for sure in ours, I think in everyone's, we just go, right, cool. Yeah, no, for sure. For like 30 seconds, then go, okay, so, and then to the next. So I kind of cut out the affirmations of us agreeing for a while and just move on to the next topic.
We need like some sort of like book on tape, turn the page sound that just like does its little chime and then says, Lance and Jamie agreed.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I was thinking about just making a, just harmonizing the word podcast, like podcast, and then just the next thing.
Absolutely.
Just a little like chapter break, right? I also have realized a horrifying tick of mine that I've never noticed, and it's so apparent in the podcast. So another thing I'm working on next year, when I tell a joke or I say a funny thing, I will then repeat it almost verbatim, but better. Like I'm like workshopping the joke in real time. I will say it. See, I'm doing it right now. I will say it, and then I'll do it again. Like, you just said it, man. You don't need to do it again. I'm really bad at that. I want to do it again. I want to go where I tell a joke, and then it's so weird.
I mean, I've known you for 22, 23, almost 23 years now, and I honestly have never even noticed that.
It's bananas in the podcast call. Hit a joke. It's like, that was a good joke. And then I just dive right back into explaining it more. It's like, get the fuck out of it. What are you doing? So that's a very niche New Year's Eve resolution. But to not to assume my audience understands the joke the first time and not double down on it is going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. Do you do New Year's resolutions at all?
Sometimes. It's usually the same one every year, and it's pretty hit or miss.
Last year, my big one was to allow myself to be silly again. I had somehow just stopped joking. I was just so fucking serious all the time. And to the point where people who hadn't seen me in a long time were really taken aback by just how, because I was like a manager, and I was like managing people, and I'm a dad, and I just wasn't goofy at all. So this year I really made sure I was silly a lot, and it worked. I'm much.
Do you think it was like you were self-censoring yourself, or do you think you were depressed, or just, I don't know? Yeah,
I think because I let my ego and my sense of humor and my just love of self carry me through life for so long. And I had that, I'm a lead singer of a band. I can do and say this I fucking please. And who cares who I hurt and stuff. I think I overcorrected over the since 2018 maybe. I just kind of went to I'm a dad, I am a husband, I am a boss at work, this is who I am now, and I kind of very compartmentalized those two apart from each other. And I'm just in the last year or two learning how to let the two exist together, how I can be an adult and still be a silly goose,
Yeah,
so
I think that's beautiful. I think that's a really great thing.
Because you know me, I could go the other way, go on tour and for 6 months and be like, no, my family will be fine, and I was very determined to not be that person. So even playing shows, I have a lot of guilt when I go play a show or when I leave town. I get real stressed. Why am I is this worth not seeing my children?
Yeah, and of course, as the Buddha says, there's a middle ground, right? There's a middle path to walk on
and that's what we're trying to find, right? Is that, and that's what this podcast podcast is for sure too. It's this is a way to hang out and talk about times and have fun without going on tour and wrecking my family financially and sleeping in a hotel and losing my job and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which is okay for a certain period of time and is less okay in other periods of time. Yeah,
and I'm having fun too. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not having fun. I love my life.
No, I see how active you are with your family, and it seems like genuine enjoyment when I'm following your Instagram pics or whatever else.
Yeah,
it seems like you really like it.
So you are historically Jewish.
I am sort of ethnically Eastern European Jewish on one side and culturally Jewish, although I think my very Catholic wife actually loves Hanukkah more than I do. I don't know if you can see. We have one menorah behind us.
Menorah.
That's hers that she came with. We have another menorah on the table. She has menorah T-shirts. She is into it.
So this is the real reason you guys got together. She just super loves Hanukkah.
We are just so compatible in every way. I'm like, hey, you love a Jewish trans lesbian, you go, girl. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a niche. There's a niche taste.
Yeah, I mean, think about what I had to tell her parents. She's going to be with a Jewish trans lesbian divorcee with a child, and the child is closer in age to her than I am.
Perfect. It's a fun conversation.
Nailed it.
Oh wait, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah.
What about now?
Now it's...
Because it was going through my webcam.
Hold on.
Oh. Really?
Okay. Yeah. How is that?
That's probably your microphone now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's different sound quality, though. I didn't even notice on the webcam, though.
So, anyway, Christmas special. That's where we're at.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to all.
Yeah, and we got 2 songs to get to. So I wanna jump in, and then we can answer some basic Christmas questions throughout, I suppose. Is there anything you want to say or do before we do anything?
Well, I was curious. One, what inspired you to pick the traditional Christmas song and sort of tinker with it lyrically, and then what inspired you to do the Pearl Jam song? And we should probably tell people what songs they are so that they can go looking for them.
Sure. So the Pearl Jam Christmas song, we'll start there. That was the first one, and that was, I want to say, 2004. There was a record label in Texas who approached us, I think pretty early, say April, May, June, somewhere in there, about a Christmas album they were going to do. And they were doing covers, and it was a bunch of emo bands. And so Pearl Jam had written this Christmas song. Have you heard the Pearl Jam version of this song?
I actually have not. I meant to before this, but so on Saturday or Sunday, whenever Claire was over and we were listening to stuff, we were realizing there's a couple of new Christmas songs that really have become staples. It does not sound like this one made that cut.
So I'm going to not play it for the audience, but I'm going to play it for you real quick.
All right. Do I have to listen to the whole thing?
No. I want you to hear the vibe, though, right? Yeah, I think I purposely kept it away from you also, so we wouldn't be influenced by it, because it's like the
Did I
Beatles.
record this with you?
Fuck yeah, you recorded this with me.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember, dude.
You might have. I think you might have. No, I played it because I screwed it up a ton. Okay. So for those who me and you will listen to it first. We'll cut it out and then we'll describe it.
5 minutes later.
So yeah, that's the whole song. So we're back. It's like the Beatles go visit Ravi Shankar.
That was exactly the first impression I had.
And Eddie Vedder had clearly written a cool Christmas song and then just threw it over this weird hippie jam. So anyway, the song is called "Let Me Sleep It's Christmas Time." If you want to go listen to it, it's a Pearl Jam song. It's on their Lost Dogs B-sides record. And so I was a big Pearl Jam fan in high school, and I just thought this was one of the most missed opportunities they had ever had. I wanted to, I got approached to do this song. I decided to do it. And then I don't think the thing ever came out, or if it did, it only went locally. I never got a copy of it. I've looked for it online. I don't even know who it was anymore. So I kind of, reworked the song, I guess. Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, we recorded it. This was recorded in MetroSync. I'm guessing probably spring to early summer of 2004. Probably right before we went on tour, honestly.
The perfect time to record a Christmas song, honestly.
Well, it's because they wanted it. They wanted it by July 1st or something. So, yeah, this was a one-day session. I just kind of came in and we just made it happen real quick. And I think you sing the oohs and ahs on this, maybe?
Is that me back there? Or just joining in with you?
I think so, because I think we had a joke that when we sent it to them, we said that it was like the Jewish Boys Choir of Cleveland or something.
Oh my gosh. I know. And I was working with the Yeshiva Boys Choir at that point doing an actual album. So
I think it was like, okay, so you want to give us a listen?
Let's do it.
So that's verse and chorus. What are your thoughts? Or do you
is that you in the video there at the
right here? That's me. Yeah.
Well, obviously I don't. Actually, who is that?
That's me.
That is really you.
Yeah. Look.
Wow. That's me. Oh yeah, that is you.
Yeah. It's. I actually know. I have a distinct memory of that. That is. We were supposed to play a concert club in Columbia, South Carolina, I believe, and we got there and the doors were just locked. And they never answered. And we had maybe like 20 kids there to see us. No locals. There was just no show. So we walked over to it's a baseball field behind me. And I just played an entire show in the dugout of a baseball field because we needed a place for kids to sit. So they sat in the risers. And I stood on the dugout of a baseball field and played an entire show. And some kid bootlegged the entire thing. It's on YouTube. So that was probably 06, 07, something like that.
That's punk rock. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in listening to it, one of the things I would say is it probably is a little slow. I actually liked the Pearl Jam tempo, which is a little more up tempo.
I accept that. I wouldn't mind, just literally taking this and putting it into Nuendo and just like time stretching it down, up a few beats per minute and seeing what it does. Because I bet you're probably right. It could probably I've never thought about it, but it could probably live a little faster. Even though this is just a year later, maybe even just 6 months later, I am so much more comfortable with my vocal delivery on this. I don't love it yet, but I'm still like, oh, thank God. Like, I'm so happy to be on the
Well, it's clear that like you weren't going to try to be Eddie Vedder. Nobody should try that. And so this just gave you the opportunity to just...
You hear that, Scott Stapp? Sorry.
I love it. But that gave you the opportunity to then sing like you because you weren't like writing a song in the style of or, coming out of, songs you'd written in high school and just hadn't been able to escape how you originally delivered the vocals. So I sort of gave you a little fresh start.
I do think recording-wise, I do remember me being pretty bad. I think I just had the lyrics and just the chord note over the lyrics, so I had to kind of try to write the piano part to it. And I think we had to take it pretty slow, and I think you did a really good job masking the cuts in this song.
Thanks.
I remember you being all over me to like let up off the pedal every now and then so you'd have some space to like punch in,
Yeah, so do you think we still recorded this on ADAT then rather than
this was
Nuendo?
This was an A. This was an A for sure on Nuendo.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do remember you being like, hey, if you can not just stand on the pedal the entire song and have some pedal control, that would be wonderful. And you were not wrong.
Interesting. What do you think of it though, listening back?
I don't know if it's just coming off this listening to everything from the first album. I'm just like almost giddy to hear stuff that's not from 2002 and 3. You know?
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear Manifest. I haven't listened through that in a long time.
I hope it doesn't let us down.
It won't. It won't. I believe in it.
Oh, what do you think about the bass and guitar strums on the ones? Is that over? Would you have done it later?
So I don't mind the fundamental idea there. I'm not loving the guitar sound, and the bass seems a little indistinct. I almost wonder if instead of it needing to be a bass guitar, if it needed to be some sort of bass synth or just something, because it's like it's almost like too traditionally orchestrated.
I agree. Yeah, or I would have just turned it down and let it be in background candy. Like it's too up front for what it is. Right?
Yeah, without drums, it was too much. You just could have just let the piano sort of.
100%. All right. Yeah, had I done it now, the bass and guitar would have came in on verse 2. Okay, here we go.
Flowered winds was where I lived. Thought you burned, not froze for your sins. Oh, I'm so tired and cold. Oh, when I was a kid, oh, how magic it seemed. Oh, please let me sleep, it's Christmas time.
I agree that the singing has really matured a lot from that first album, and it does really sound like you. There's a weird little bass, it's not exactly a fill or just sort of some movement on the bass I feel like is not in sync with the piano, and there's a couple times where like I would love to like re-edit this a little bit tighter.
Did we? I assume we probably didn't play it to a click track.
Doesn't sound like it. Yeah.
No. So yeah, I was just kind of guessing on bass. Yeah.
But like now, like I think about like how I would edit that after wouldn't have been no big deal to correct that. And I was probably so young in my career that was some new stuff to nuance it the way I would now.
It was clunky to do in Nuendo 2 or whatever we were in at the time also.
Well, the funny thing is I still use Nuendo 2 now. We might have been in Nuendo 1 originally in A. Yeah.
I'm on Cubase 12, I believe is where I'm at. I have a line where I sing that oh, how magic it seemed, that I had a little like heft to my voice that I don't even think I could do now. I was a little jealous. I'm like, oh, kind of had like a Oasis sound or something that I don't think I can actually physically do anymore. So I was like, good for you, young Lance. All right, here we go. Jumping into the end.
Oh, when I was a kid, oh, how magic it seemed. Oh, please let me sleep, it's Christmas time. Oh, when I was a kid, oh, how magic it seemed. Oh, please let me dream, it's Christmas time. Oh, please let me sleep, it's Christmas time. Oh, please let me dream, it's Christmas time. Oh, please let me sleep, it's Christmas.
Yeah. But what I was saying, just for the audio, is that I would have cut it off earlier and not done like 4 of those endings.
I wonder after that first ending, as it's fading, sleigh bells.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my couple memories and one I just remembered just now. This wasn't even, I listened to this song this morning to kind of jog my memory, but I just now remembered this. So you for sure are singing the oohs and ahs. Mm-hmm. You came in for the backgrounds. I remember that the bells, the sleigh bells that we have there, they're not yours. They're not. You remember you had that like milk crate or whatever of ancillary stuff.
Yeah,
I remember, this is young Lance, because old Lance would not give a fuck about this at all. I didn't like this. None of them were sleigh bells. They were just bells. And I'm like, they're too high pitched and I need better ones. And I made my girlfriend drive around while we were recording this and buy some fucking sleigh bells and bring them back.
I now that you say that, I remember that.
Yeah,
and
do you remember?
Didn't we end up not using them?
Probably not, because I still don't like the sound of those. So I don't know, but I do remember being like, that was a big thing. Like what I am doing is the most important thing in the world. Drive around and find sleigh bells from different stores. Bring me back every option you can find. We need the perfect. And now I'd be like, oh, we got bells. Who gives a fuck? Good enough. Shing, shing, shing. Done.
Yeah. Pitch it down amazing. A couple steps and
if need be. Yeah. But everyone knows what bells are. Amazing how peculiar I was about that kind of stuff back in the day.
Do you think the bells in this are pronounced enough?
Oh, I don't know. Nope, they should have been louder. Okay, so that's that song. Nothing crazy, but it was our first Christmas song. I still stand by it. I like it. I think it was recorded in like an hour. We probably did like 5 hours, probably, right? Knowing us.
Yeah, but it's really funny. Once you talked about the sleigh bells and sending your girlfriend out, I was like, oh gosh, I totally remember this session now.
Yeah, it was a hot summer day, and you were trying to get me to play piano better, and I was doing that thing that I always do, where I'm like, "It's good enough, man. We're just gonna play some chords, whatever." And you're like, "Please give the piano a little bit of life. It's the whole song. Invert these chords a little bit." I'm like, why don't you just play it then? Why don't you just play it? I don't even care. And you made me play it and play it correctly, and yeah. I think I wanted to sing and play at the same time too. I think we started that way, and then you're like, "Please don't. Let's just get it down, and then have you sing it afterwards." And
yeah, I think it's usually one of those times where we were going to need enough edits to be happy with it. That trying to edit both vocal and piano, where there's that bleed, and so you really have to have the same take of both for each time you do an edit, was going to get really messy, especially not doing it against a click track.
So yeah, you having to deal with me on a random summer day recording a Christmas song that you had never heard the original of. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, listening to it 21 years later, right?
Yeah, not that bad.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, let's go to some Christmas questions. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory?
Well, one of my certainly most, I'll say this is probably my favorite Christmas memory. So there was one year where all I wanted was the Nintendo NES Advantage joystick controller for the original 8-bit NES. And I wanted it so badly. And somehow my grandmother always knew the thing I wanted most. I'm sure I put it on my list, and my parents had her get the thing I wanted most, because it was the year before I got the original metal Optimus Prime that I still have to this day.
Oh, yeah.
And so I remember it was the only time in my entire life where I have snuck a peek and opened a little corner of a Christmas present early, and it was just enough to see the Nintendo colors of their box. I knew right what it was, wrapped, just tuck that corner back in, feign surprise. Well, I used that joystick so much, mostly for Tecmo Super Bowl.
Nice.
Or is it Super Tecmo
The original
Bowl?
Tecmo?
I always get it back.
Well,
not the original Tecmo Bowl, but the second one.
No, that one's actually called Tecmo Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and then Super Nintendo had Super Tecmo Bowl.
Okay. Yeah. So Tecmo Super Bowl, playing it so much that I wore out the right pad of the joystick, because the way it worked is under the joystick were 4 little contact plates with a rubber disc on top, and then the joystick had a circular base that would then press against whichever of those rubber pads, and I actually broke the plastic ring off the joystick. So I went in using coat hanger and rebuilt it
Oh my God.
At this point,
That's
I actually have a
amazing.
new working one, so I don't think I still have my original one, but I do still have an NES Advantage joystick for when I play that.
I remember.
Yes, the big joystick
big
with the
plastic
2
gray
giant buttons, yeah. And it had the turbos that you could turn on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never owned one, but that thing's fucking cool.
Oh, it was the best. It was the best. But whenever I would play somebody else in that game, I had to switch back to a regular controller. So I'm equally adept at that game with either.
You are very good at Tecmo Bowl.
But with that game, I got so good at it that I started thinking, okay, how do I make it tougher? So it got to the point where I would play, it was like the 1990 team. So the 1990 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I would play only as their second string and only with the worst plays available in the system. And then not only would I go undefeated, but the goal was defensively to have the opponents over a 16-game season score less than 100 total points against me, and I could do it.
That's amazing.
Like I just got
it.
too good for the game. I still love it to death.
So
what about you? What's your favorite Christmas memory?
I am going to cheat. I am going to tell you my favorite Darling Waste Christmas memory.
Fair. It's a Darling Waste podcast.
Right. So I have, do you know about my life timeline that I have been doing?
No.
I'll pull it over. So I have been creating a spreadsheet of every day of my life and what I was probably doing on that day. And I am using old photos and tour routes and stuff, newspaper clippings, and I know basically, most of my adult life. I'm plugging it in to where I was that day. I'm slowly trying to put together a journal of my entire life where I was basically every day of my life, for as close as I can get.
I can't wait to ghostwrite your memoir with you.
It's so ridiculous. So I'm looking right at my favorite Darling Waste Christmas memory. Okay. December 24th, 2005, we played the Orange Street in Akron. The Orange Street was this little underground concert club. I really loved it. I don't think it lasted too long. We had just finished a tour. We played actually on this day in 2005, so 20 years ago, we played the Elk Grove VFW Hall in Chicago. One of my first times I was like, oh shit, are we going to be famous? Like, kids were kind of lined up. We played with some other phenomenal bands. This was like 2005. Things were starting to happen. We played with Kill Hannah. We played with Chiodos in the same week. So we had just finished this. I remember we came back to my parents' house on December 20th, 2005, and we were going to just wait out the year and be done. The Orange Street invited us to play with this band that was on Maverick Records. And they said, hey, it's Christmas Eve. No one's coming, but if you guys can roll through, we'd really like it. We announced it on MySpace. We get there, line down the block, and it's snowing. Gosh. It looks like Christmas. And so we're like, oh, fuck yeah, this band is bigger than we thought they were. And they rolled in, and I remember it's the first time I'd ever seen like rolling flight cases of guitars and rolling flight cases with the drum set set up, and they like rolled it in. And this club was tiny and way too much shit for this club. They were a good band. I don't remember their name anymore, but they were a really good band. And we were like, damn, these guys are huge. And so we just kind of were sitting in our minivan waiting to open for them. And we came out, and at the time, I'm sure 2005, we're playing through my custom bass amp, my PV Classic 50, and that's probably it, in a drum, probably a stolen drum set or something. And all the kids were there for us, and we did not know until we started loading in, and everyone's like, you're Darling Waste, right? And it's because Akron, we were number one on Akron's radio station, Chain of Seasons was, and we had no idea that we had built a fan base in Akron through just Kent and Akron playing the songs. Excuse me, sorry. It's not like I'm crying. I'm not. My voice is just wearing out. So yeah, we played this show that we just very impromptu, packed place. The owner wanted a shirt to put up on the wall, and we broke a drum head and signed it and gave it. It was the first time we were signing everything we owned, the set list and shit. It's the first time I remember having to just sign things and give them away after a show. So I loved that. 2007, December 28th, 29th, we played Uniontown and Lost Creek. We recorded those shows. We thought we were going to try to put out a DVD, which we never did. Those shows are still on YouTube. Those were some of the fucking most fun shows. Kids knew we were filming it for a DVD and just went bananas. Both shows were a lot of fun.
I love that.
2008, my first ever residency in Loomis, California at the Loomis Country Club. I played 4 nights in a row and then just kicked it around San Francisco for Christmas. So yeah, that's a couple in a row there. We had some good Christmases.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to jump into the second song?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is called A Silent Night. This was recorded in 2008. This was recorded by me, by myself. Around the time we were working on, this was after Death of the Dreaming. Yeah, Death of the Dreaming was 2007. Mm-hmm. So this was between Death of the Dreaming and I Am Born. I was living in that apartment. We had converted an old ballet studio into an apartment
in Uniontown.
Yeah.
So is that what it was originally? Was a ballet studio? Yeah. It was like above a bank, and
yep.
It was a strange building.
Yeah, it was. We were on the 3rd floor walk up of a bank and a lawyer's office, and we converted a gigantic. It wasn't gigantic, but a big ballet studio into a loft apartment.
There was a lot of space, and I have very interesting memories of recording Death of the Dreaming, and I have very interesting feelings about that.
Yeah, you weren't happy.
As well. I was not happy with the outcome of that. I was not happy with my life at the moment.
Yeah, you weren't happy with the company I was keeping either. I know you were getting upset with people that were hanging around me.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a, less than ideal human being at that time in terms of.
Well, I was like a heathen at that point too, so I understand, and you were correct.
I don't know about that. We both had
happen to know it all came crashing down. So this is the first song I think I released post-divorce. I believe. I'm almost positive. And so I had opened up a comic book store in the first floor of that building. And I was living upstairs, and we had the store downstairs. It was me and Patrick and my friend Schwai were all running the store. And I going through a divorce, so we ended up closing the apartment.
We bailed Schwai out at one point and had to pick up his car in an impound lot. Am I remembering that correctly?
We bailed Schwai out of a mental institution. And by bailed, I mean broke Schwai out of.
Okay, that was not me. That part.
Oh, okay.
I do believe that we had to bail him out of somewhere, but
yeah, and we also his car. I have a great. There will be tons of Schwai stories later. I love the man.
Bet there will.
We will. I remember he was in your house once, and you came and got me and said, "Hey, your friend is bleeding in the bathroom quite a bit." And I opened the door, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Cutting my face off." And I'm like, "Hey, you gotta stop cutting your face off." Man, he's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Can I have the knife?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yep. I mean, I didn't know him well enough to connect with him, so it's interesting. Just I had those brief moments with him, and I have no idea what I think of him, but I know you were very close with him.
I still love him. So anyway, me and Schwai were living in the back of a comic book store. Next door to it, I don't remember what it used to be, but it was another storefront, and my friend Patrick, bought it or rented it. So he was living next door, and they all connected. We just took the door down and turned the back room of the comic book store into a apartment for me, and then Schwai and Patrick were next door, and then we all worked at the comic book store together. And I was just depressed out of my fucking mind. I was at the counter of the store. I had set up behind it a little recording setup with my keyboard, and we ran out of things to drink, water and juice and milk, and I just was drinking box wine around the fucking clock. I just waking up in the morning and just drinking wine all day. And then just staying drunk on wine 24 hours a day. And I was also recording, a little old lady was doing a religious album for Christmas. And so I was recording all these Christmas songs with her. And after she left one night, I was very drunk. And I'm like, I'm going to record my own Christmas song. So this is called A Silent Night because it's the theme to Silent Night, or the music, the motif. But I wrote my own words to it. I do want to say going into this, because this has been something that's been said to me several times. So I want you to know from the top, I am being sincere in this song.
Okay.
A lot of people have been like, they think it's like my takedown of overly emotional emo singers for like, that's the most hilariously sad, purposely sad, pathetic song. I'm like, okay, you're hurting my feelings. This was just a song. So this is an actual song about what I was actually going through, and I wrote it for my friends. I wrote it for Schwai and for Pat because we were drinking our box wine and enjoying Christmas and fuck everything else. So that's the song.
There's a Christmas memory.
Silent night, lonely night, all is lost, lost and dead. Empty room with no presents to wrap, nothing stirring except for the cats. Sleep 'cause there's nothing to do. Sleep 'cause there's nothing else to do. Silent night, torturous night. You are gone, but not alone. Round your bed there's a new boyfriend, someone your parents can understand. Sleep with his arms around you tonight. Sleep while he holds tight.
So I like the little sort of prelude to launch into it instrumentally. I will say I like that. I actually think you're singing. It's really interesting hearing this era singing versus the first album stuff we've been talking about. This is the you voice that I really remember. Is it very much in the midst of when we were working together? Obviously, I hate the keyboard sound, but it's what you had.
I know. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is definitely a me mix. It's so thin. It's so tinny. It's so junky sounding. And I'm like, it's my mix compared to Jamie's.
Do you remember what sort of keyboard you were using or what sample set or anything?
I'm sure
it was your touring keyboard. You don't think it was your touring keyboard?
Oh, shit. You know what? It is because it wasn't MIDI. I didn't have a MIDI controller. This would have been touring keyboard through amp. Mic'd.
There you go.
I had a very old 88 key fully weighted keyboard that had wooden sides that weighed like 1,000,000 pounds. Do you remember that thing at all? I had painted my graffiti tag on it in pink, and we had all drawn all over it and shit. Yeah, that was my keyboard for years. And that would have been what this was. Yeah, you're right.
So then what do you think of this hearing it now?
I can tell that the reverb is me, because boy, I do love a reverb, and I don't care. I still like it.
But you know what? This song could take it.
I'm so happy to hear my voice, and be like, hey, I know you. Yeah,
100%. That's absolutely was my first feeling listening. I was like, yep. There he is.
I am proud of some of the delivery on this, and it goes up pretty high, and I think I handled it well. And so
I mean, given how drunk you said you were that night, I think it's pretty dang good.
And it's overly emotional, but that's where I live, so I'm okay with it.
It's interesting. Knowing you, I would never have thought this was satire. I know how, like, when you are in certain moods, you will absolutely write these lyrics.
Yeah. No, and this is, obviously me at my most loving bright eyes, and I'm a tortured poet drinking wine kind of
100%
instincts, right? I will say lyrically here, the someone your parents will understand was not metaphor. My ex-wife's parents literally couldn't understand me when I talked. They're like, he talks so fast. They're always like, are you Irish? Like, you have an Irish accent and I can't understand you. I'm like, I'm just talking fast, man.
That's so funny. So I was gonna say, like, were these lyrics based on like an actual experience you were thinking of?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So this was pre-divorce, post-breakup. Yeah.
So listening to your vocal delivery on this, I'm really reminded of, like, you at your height, like there was a certain like attacking of the words, and there's just a force behind there that I think is very authentic and very powerful to hear. And I think that really comes across well in that second verse. It's very you, but it's like you really feeling this.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
Silent night, drunken night, all is fog in our blurred sight. Round the piano we drink till we're blind. Instead of Yuletide we have our boxed wine. Sing in stupid peace. Speak in slurred speech.
So I do like that I very loudly tease that there's a slide solo coming up.
So good.
So yeah, this is me playing a slide guitar solo with a beer bottle.
Nice.
And I'm like, I remember thinking, like, do I want to put something here? I'm like, maybe I'll orchestrate it. I'm like, I'm playing guitar. So here's my solo.
Well, so
I'm wondering, sorry.
No, it's okay. But so before we listen to your beer bottle slide solo,
Stand by.
Absolutely. How long do you think it took you to sort of write these lyrics? I'm assuming you did it the same night you recorded it, or was this something you'd been working on?
I did it verse by verse. I literally wrote the first one, recorded it, and then wrote the second one, recorded it. I wanted it to build each time. My idea was, I am alone. I am with my friends having a party. Was like the whole like thought process. And I didn't know if it was going to be 3 or 4, but I knew I was going to do 3 or 4 verses, and each one was going to get a little more celebratory about the situation. Was all I had. But I remember my friends were out, and I wanted to surprise them. I remember it was probably like 9, 10 o'clock. They're going to be out till 2 a.m. And I'm like, I want to write and record and finish the song before they get home, and be like, look what I made, and which is what I did. So this is all.
That's really cool.
Almost improv.
But it suggests an interesting like writing technique, either for you or for others from time to time, is to like put weird constraints on just to see what comes out, to force your brain to operate in different ways. So yeah,
no, absolutely. Okay, you ready for
slide
my
solo?
Virtuoso.
I've never been more ready for anything in my life.
I would like to talk about ugliness for the sake of authenticity. Does that make sense? I think that's the solo the song needed, right? Like, if you try to do anything but be just emote through a beer bottle with the reverb on, it's not authentic, right?
I think the reverb works. I think the overall sound and tone works. Like, it shouldn't be pretty, beautiful, overproduced. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Okay, cool. And I think there's also a little overtone in this song. So I'm like, round the piano, we drink. There's almost a saloony version type thing to this. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like that's
it's
the way I'm
late
playing.
End of the night. It's the last song before the place closes down. Everybody's, drunk and miserable, and nobody has anybody to go home to. And
also, this is the part, like, I really thought this through. This was the part where, like, you're drinking and everyone's playing, and then you go outside and you see the Christmas miracle, right? This is like the Charlie Brown part where they like all go outside and
my first thought was, boy, this is such a Darling Waste piano switch to the high up octave.
It really is.
Silent night, we're all outside to find some meaning in this deafening quiet, but those aren't sleigh bells, just the neighbor's wind chime. And that's not the North Star, just a satellite. No one is saved tonight. I am not saved tonight.
Darling Waste Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I am so here for this song. I gotta say, like, vocally, there were some really good things in there that just made me very happy to hear you at like your prime, your peak era. And lyrically, oh my God, rhyming wind chimes with satellite. It's so rewarding when it happens.
Thank you. Do you want to tackle another Christmas question before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, tell me some of your favorite Christmas songs.
So it's very interesting because I'm not much of a Christmas song lover, but the songs I tend to be associated with movies I really like, which maybe isn't much of a surprise if you know me. So
that's me too.
So I'm gonna, always go with the opening credits song for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think that's a great song. I really love the Christmas song that gets recorded in Love Actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Love that one. And then it's not really a Christmas song, and it's very cringy lyrics, but there's something in that scene in Elf between Will Ferrell and Zooey Deschanel, singing it. That feels Christmassy to me simply because it's a Christmas set movie, and I love Elf so very much.
Well, isn't it? Maybe It's Cold Outside, or what are they singing?
I think so. Yeah.
It's Cold Outside. That's a Christmas song.
Yeah, but a little cringy lyrically.
Whatever. No, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if you actually look at the lyrics of that song, she is also wanting to stay.
You think she's complicit with it?
Yeah, because she's joking. Like, there's several parts where she's like, the people are going to talk. She's not like, please, sir, let me go. Like, she's like, my sister's going to worry. I think that people kind of overreacted to that a little bit.
Okay.
And I was one of them. I was like, oh, yeah, this does suck. But then I actually started critically listening to what she's saying. And several times that song.
Coy a little bit?
Yeah, because several times he's like, let me take your coat. And she's like, oh, what can one more drink hurt? And she's like, oh, don't twist my arm. I think it's more of a playfulness than people.
And then I think if I'm going to go with like traditional Christmas stuff, I love anything Frank Sinatra sings.
Yeah, you got me into listening to his record, his Christmas records when you said it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So that would be my recommendations. What about you?
So if anybody wants to know, if you go to Lance Waste on Spotify, I do have a This Is Christmas public playlist you can listen to. I like all of the Christmas caroling songs, like Up on the Housetop, Here Comes Santa Claus, Jingle Bells, Frosty the Snowman. That's my stuff. I really like Andy Williams' Most Wonderful Time of the Year. So
Andy Williams is amazing. I still have the actual LP from my parents.
I like Burl Ives' Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Like, I like that song.
He played the Snowman. Did he? No, he didn't play the Snowman in.
He played. Yeah, I think he did.
Was that Burl Ives?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Yeah, you were correct. I, unlike you, like fucking every Christmas song. Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes is like fucking next level good.
But it's also the Ronettes, right? So
right.
That makes a difference.
Chuck Berry's Run Run Rudolph. Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I think
fucking
that
rules.
I think that might be Kate's favorite. What do you think?
That
Springsteen, Santa Claus Coming to Town. Is that your favorite Christmas song?
That's not my favorite, but it's classic.
Not her favorite, but it's a
rules.
classic.
Do you have a least favorite Christmas song? Because you're like, fuck that song?
Gosh.
I have
maybe... I wanted to say like the Mariah Carey one, but I don't know that that's really true.
I was kind of curmudgeonly against it until my 9-year-old adores it. So now I like it because my 9-year-old she can sing the shit out of that song too.
Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
Kate sang Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
That's not even a real song. That's like saying I want a hippopotamus for Christmas is your favorite song. Like, come on.
Actually, I think I would go with I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas is actually a pretty decent song. I'm not going to lie.
I, for some reason as a kid, really pushed back against Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. And now I'm of an age that I fucking think that's one of the greatest songs ever written.
Off the top of my head, I can't place it. I'm sure I've heard it, but...
You don't know that? Then the boys of the NYPD choir are singing.
Oh, yeah. I do.
On Christmas Day. Yeah. Such a good song. As
what's that great 80s one by, is it Wham?
Yeah, Last Christmas.
Yeah, it's just a great song.
So I hate Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Okay.
Hate it. And I will tell you why. Someone just puts their finger on a keyboard at the beginning of that song and forgets to ever take it off. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. I'm going to play it just for you. We'll cut it out. But it's the funniest thing. And I heard it maybe 10 years ago. And I'm like, when is he letting go of the keyboard? Also, just Jesus Christ. I get this is new technology or whatever. But if it goes thwap, thwap, probably don't play it in a Christmas song. Jesus, what an ugly ass fucking keyboard sound. Whap, 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 whap.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that we can put a pin in it there if you want. Let's get out of here. Have a great holiday. If I don't, I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but if not, have a great holiday. Either way,
wish your family happy holidays, and I just hope it's a wonderful and safe time of year for everybody.
Yep, you as well. I will talk to you soon. I love you. Have a great week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.